I knew that if I failed, I would regret that, but I knew the one thing I might regret is not trying," said the king of cyber commerce, Jeff Bezos. Jeffrey Bezos was born in Albuquerque, New Mexico. His mother was still in her teens, and her marriage to his father lasted little more than a year. She remarried when Jeffrey was 4. Jeffrey's stepfather, Mike Bezos, was born in Cuba. He escaped to the United States alone at age 15, and worked his way through the University of Albuquerque. When he married Jeffrey's mother, the family moved to Houston, where Mike Bezos became an engineer for Exxon. Jeffrey's maternal ancestors were early settlers in Texas, and over the generations had acquired a 25,000-acre ranch at Coachella. Jeffrey's grandfather was a regional director of the Atomic Energy Commission in Albuquerque. He retired early to the family ranch, where Jeffrey spent most of the summers of his youth, working with his grandfather at the enormously varied tasks essential to the operation. From an early age, Jeffrey displayed a striking mechanical aptitude. Even as a toddler, he asserted himself by dismantling his crib with a screwdriver. He also developed intense and varied scientific interests, rigging an electric alarm to keep his younger siblings out of his room and converting his parents' garage into a laboratory for his science projects. When he was a teenager, the family moved to Miami, Florida. In high school in Miami, Jeffrey first fell in love with computers. An outstanding student, he was valedictorian of his class. He entered Princeton University planning to study physics, but soon returned to his love of computers, and graduated with a degree in computer science and electrical engineering. After graduation, Jeff Bezos found employment on Wall Street, where computer science was increasingly in demand to study market trends. He went to work at Fiddle, a startup company that was building a network to conduct international trade. He stayed in the finance realm with Bankers Trust, rising to a vice presidency. At D.E. Shaw, a firm specializing in the application of computer science to the stock market, Bezos was hired as much for his overall talent as for any particular assignment. While working at Shaw, Jeff met Mackenzie Tuttle, also a Princeton graduate. They began dating and were married in 1993. Bezos rose quickly at Shaw, becoming a senior vice president, and was looking forward to a bright career in finance when he made a discovery that changed his life and the course of business history. The Internet was originally created by the Defense Department to keep its computer networks connected during an emergency, such as natural catastrophe or enemy attack. Over the years, it was adopted by government and academic researchers to exchange data and messages, but as late as 1994, there was still no Internet commerce to speak of. One day that spring, Jeffrey Bezos observed that Internet usage was increasing by 2,300% a year. He saw an opportunity for a new sphere of business, and immediately began considering the possibilities. In typically methodical fashion, Bezos reviewed the top 20 mail-order businesses, and asked himself which could be conducted more efficiently over the Internet than by traditional means. Books were the commodity for which no comprehensive mail-order catalog existed, because any such catalog would be too big to mail, perfect for the Internet, which could share a vast database with a virtually limitless number of people. He flew to Los Angeles the very next day to attend a American Booksellers Convention and learn everything he could about the book business. He found that the major book wholesalers had already compiled electronic lists of their inventory. All that was needed was a single location on the Internet, where the book-buying public could search the available stock and place orders directly. Bezos's employers weren't prepared to proceed with such a venture, and Bezos knew the only way to seize the opportunity was to go into business for himself. It would mean sacrificing a secure position in New York, but he and his wife, Mackenzie, decided to make the leap. Jeff and Mackenzie flew to Texas on Independence Day weekend and picked up a 1988 Chevy Blazer, a gift from Mike Bezos, to make the drive to Seattle, where they would have ready access to the book wholesaler Ingram, and to the pool of computer talent Jeff would need for his enterprise. Mackenzie drove while Jeff typed a business plan. The company would be called Amazon, for the seemingly endless South American river with its numberless branches. They set up shop in a two-bedroom house, with extension cords running to the garage. Jeff set up 3 Sun microstations on tables he'd made out of doors from Home Depot for less than $60 each. When the test site was up and running, Jeff asked 300 friends and acquaintances to test it. The code worked seamlessly across different computer platforms. On July 16, 1995, Bezos opened his site to the world and told his 300 beta testers to spread the word. In 30 days, with no press, Amazon had sold books in all 50 states and 45 foreign countries. By September, it had sales of $20,000 a week. Bezos and his team continued improving the site, introducing such unheard-of features as one-click shopping, customer reviews, and email order verification. The business grew faster than Bezos or anyone else had ever imagined. When the company went public in 1997, skeptics wondered if an internet-based startup bookseller could maintain its position once traditional retail heavyweights like Barnes & Noble or Borders entered the internet picture. 2 years later, the market value of shares in Amazon was greater than that of its 2 biggest retail competitors combined, and Borders was striking a deal for Amazon to handle its internet traffic. Jeff had told his original investors there was a 70% chance they would lose their entire investment, but his parents signed on for $300,000, a substantial portion of their life savings. "We weren't betting on the internet," his mother has said. "We were betting on Jeff." By the end of the decade, as 6% owners of Amazon, they were billionaires. For several years, as much as a third of the shares in the company were held by members of the Bezos family. From the beginning, Bezos sought to increase market share as quickly as possible, at the expense of profits. When he disclosed his intention to go from being Earth's biggest bookstore to Earth's biggest anything store, skeptics thought Amazon was growing too big too fast, but a few analysts called it one of the smartest strategies in business history. Through each round of expansion, Jeff Bezos continually emphasized the 6 core values: customer obsession, ownership, bias for action, frugality, high hiring bar, and innovation. "Our vision," he said, "is the world's most customer-centric company. The place where people come to find and discover anything they might want to buy online." Amazon moved into music CDs, videos, toys, electronics, and more. When the internet stock market bubble burst, Amazon restructured, and while other .com startups evaporated, Amazon was posting profits. In October 2002, the firm added clothing sales to its lineup, through partnerships with hundreds of retailers, including The Gap, Nordstrom, and Land's End. Amazon shares its expertise in customer service and online order fulfillment with other vendors through co-branded sites, such as those with Borders and Toys R Us, and through its Amazon Services subsidiary. In September 2003, Amazon announced the formation of A9, a new venture aimed at developing a commercial search engine that focuses on e-commerce websites. At the same time, Amazon launched an online sporting goods store, offering 3,000 different brand names. Amazon.com ended 2015 with net revenue of $107 billion. Amazon has become America's largest online retailer, with more than 4 times the sales of its nearest rival. The success of Amazon has allowed Bezos to explore his lifelong interest in space travel. In 2004, he founded an aerospace company, Blue Origin, to develop new technology for space flight, with the ultimate goal of establishing an enduring human presence beyond Earth. From its 26-acre research campus outside Seattle and a private rocket launching facility in West Texas, Blue Origin is testing New Shepard, a multi-passenger rocket-propelled vehicle designed to travel to and from suborbital space at competitive prices. New Shepard will allow researchers to conduct more frequent experiments in a microgravity environment, as well as providing the general public with an opportunity to experience space flight. In its mission statement, Blue Origin identifies its ultimate goal as the establishment of an enduring human presence in outer space. Jeffrey Bezos's Blue Origin launched and landed its unmanned New Shepard rocket and space capsule reusable rocket for the fourth time on June 19, 2016, making its first-ever live webcast of a test flight during the mission. As exciting as that prospect may be, Jeff Bezos has had more terrestrial innovations on his mind as well. In 2007, Amazon introduced a handheld electronic reading device, the Kindle. The device used e-ink technology to render text in a print-like appearance, without the eye strain associated with television and computer screens. The font size was adjustable for further ease in reading, and, unlike earlier electronic reading devices, the Kindle incorporated wireless internet connectivity, enabling the reader to purchase, download and read complete books and other documents anywhere, anytime. Hundreds of books can be stored on the Kindle at a time. Many classics can be downloaded free of charge. All new titles were initially priced at $9.99. In the year the Kindle was introduced, Amazon sales increased by 38%, and its profits more than doubled. In 2010, Amazon signed a controversial deal with the Wiley Agency, in which Wiley gave Amazon the digital rights to the works of many of the authors it represents, bypassing the original publishers altogether. This, and Amazon's practice of selling e-books at a price far below that of the same title in hardcover, angered several publishers, as well as some authors, who see their royalty rates threatened. But it appears that the advent of electronic reading devices is increasing the overall sales of books, which can only benefit readers and authors alike. By mid-2010, Kindle and e-book sales had reached $2.38 billion, and Amazon's sales of e-books topped its sales in hardcover. With e-book sales increasing by 200% a year, Bezos predicted that e-books would overtake paperbacks and become the company's best-selling format within a year. With the introduction of the Kindle, Amazon quickly captured 95% of the U.S. market for books in electronic form, e-books. The first major challenge to the Kindle's supremacy in the e-book market came in 2010, when Apple introduced its iPad tablet computer, which was also designed for use as an electronic reading device. Bezos responded aggressively, cutting the Kindle's retail price and adding new features. In 2011, Amazon introduced the Kindle Fire, a mini tablet computer with a color touch screen, to compete directly with the iPad. Amazon also took the handheld e-reader to a new level of comfort and convenience with the Kindle Paperwhite, an illuminated touchscreen device that can be read comfortably in a darkened room. A whisper sighing feature enables users with multiple devices to mark their place in one book and resume reading at the same place in another. Having already revolutionized the way the world buys books, Jeff Bezos is now transforming the way we read them as well. Amazon now boasts a host of diversified subsidiaries, including Amazon Local and Living Social. Business customers can employ Amazon's online infrastructure technology through Amazon Web Services. In 2012, Bezos launched Amazon Studios, crowdsourcing the development of feature films and television shows. Amazon plans to present the television programs through an online video service, the feature films in brick-and-mortar theaters. The company's share price increased 30% in 2012 alone, tenfold over the previous six-year period. Fortune magazine named Bezos its 2012 Business Person of the Year. Amazon founder and The Washington Post owner Jeff Bezos conducted a digital ribbon cutting during the opening ceremony of the newspaper's new location in Washington, D.C. Jeff Bezos purchased the famed newspaper and media company in October 2013 from the paper's longtime controlling family, the Graham family. In 2013, Jeff Bezos purchased the newspaper division of the Washington Post company for $250 million. In addition to the Washington Post, the leading daily newspaper in the nation's capital, the sale included a number of smaller local newspapers in the Washington, D.C. area. Bezos made the purchase as principal of a privately held company, rather than on behalf of Amazon. It was the first time in 80 years that the newspaper had passed from the control of the Graham family, descendants of Eugene Meyer, who bought the paper in 1933. At the time of the sale, Bezos expressed respect and admiration for the Graham family's stewardship of the Post and announced his intention to retain the existing management. Early in 2017, Bloomberg News estimated that Jeff Bezos had a net worth of $75.6 billion, making him the second wealthiest person in the world, second only to Microsoft founder Bill Gates. That summer, the rapid rise in the value of Amazon shares boosted the value of the founder's stake by over $1 billion in a single day. Jeff and Mackenzie Bezos became noted philanthropists in the Seattle area. Giving away money takes as much attention as building a successful company, Jeff Bezos has said. In 2017, Amazon purchased national grocery retailer Whole Foods for $13.7 billion. While Whole Foods stores will continue to sell high-end delicacies and organic produce, they will also serve as delivery locations for Amazon's online retail business, extending the company's reach into ever more areas of the economy. As the world entered the 2017 holiday shopping season, Amazon's stock price soared, raising the net worth of founder Jeff Bezos and making him the wealthiest person in the world. His net worth continued to grow, and in July 2018 was estimated by the Bloomberg Billionaires Index to be over $150 billion, roughly $55 billion greater than that of anyone else on Earth. In addition to their philanthropic activities, Mackenzie Bezos has pursued a separate career as a novelist, publishing The Testing of Luther Albright in 2005 and Traps in 2013. Together, Jeff and Mackenzie Bezos founded the homeless charity Day One Fund in 2018. In January 2019, the couple announced plans to divorce. Over the course of their 25-year marriage, Jeff and Mackenzie Bezos raised 4 children and maintained homes in Medina, Washington and in Beverly Hills, Manhattan, Washington, D.C., and Van Horn, Texas. In the first months of 2020, a global pandemic rocked the world's economy, but as people all over the world sheltered at home, the demand for Amazon's online services exploded and the company's stock price surged along with it. By August 2020, his personal stake in the company gave Jeff Bezos an estimated net worth of more than $200 billion, making him by far the wealthiest individual in history. At the peak of this success, Jeff Bezos announced his decision to relinquish the role of CEO at Amazon, effective as of summer 2021. He continues to serve as executive chairman of the global retail, communications and media empire he has built. He is now focusing more of his energy on his aerospace initiative Blue Origin. In 2021, he announced that he will be one of the crew on board Blue Origin's first manned spaceflight. On July 14, 2021, the Smithsonian Institution announced it would receive a $200 million donation from Jeff Bezos, the largest gift to the Smithsonian since the institution's founding gift from James Smithson in 1846. A $70 million portion of the donation will support the renovation of the National Air and Space Museum and $130 million will launch a new education center at the museum. So with this information about Jeff Bezos, hope you understand the path of success. Thank you. Hope you like this detailed biography. Do like the video and subscribe to the channel for more interesting and detailed biographies.